Thank you. Colleagues and friends, and those who love what we call a state of nationalhood, allow me to first start by praising and congratulating all of you for making time, even those who have actually connected with us in spirit, to be able to make these engagements together as a people. For those who have lost their loved ones or do not know where their loved ones are, I may not share your collective pain, but believe me that I understand what it means to lose someone or not to be able to do anything. And the feeling of helplessness is something that I believe none of us should go through. I want to make an emphasis that as the Law Society of Kenya, we have not only a statutory duty, but also a duty towards our fellow human beings to instill and continue to engage in offering support, both in terms of judicial interventions as well as legal representation to all those who are unfairly and illegally taken through the processes that we have been seeing. I say illegal because most of the activities that are being perpetuated by the National Police Service and those other organs of state are in fact illegal. But we will continue to press more. And even though we may have a political compromise between those who define themselves as political actors, we are not political actors. We are actors of the state, and we are actors to each other who believe that we can make Kenya a better place and the world, as we are also global citizens. I do not want to take a lot of your time. I believe that today we will have a better way of engaging, and we will share ideas on how to take this narrative forward. But in the course of the day, as we will be engaging, we will share the insights and our experiences, and even those who will be giving their own personal testimonies. We have already had linkages with various global actors who are very interested in what is happening in Kenya for purposes of documentation and bringing to account responsibility all those who have played a part in the injustices that are going on within and without our state of Kenya. Our greatest enemy usually are the people that we actually support. We have the power as a people to determine where we are heading. And there's an interesting narrative that is going on in terms of what we call corporate social responsibility to those business enterprises that continue to perpetuate and assist in the ongoing systemic injustices within Kenya. I am speaking about the corporate players that assist the state in tracking of individuals using technology and also in sharing private and sensitive personal data. So as a law society, we are also alive to that, and we will address that in due time, and we shall be mentioning the names of those business entities that are supporting the continued perpetuation of the injustices. Allow me now to just put a pause to that and invite the Law Society of Kenya President Faith Odhiambo, partly a champion of the rule of law, justice, as well as a sister. In this struggle. Please, ladies.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I don't feel the energy. Good afternoon. I allow me to adopt the protocols. When the Vice Chancellor spoke this morning, he laid them out. And I thank him for welcoming us back to our roots. The President and I have the privilege to have come through the halls of this institution. And so as proud alumni, we thank him for offering the Citizens' Assembly a place that we can come and have a good discourse and chart the way forward as a nation, as a people. So it's my honor to be part of this event and this conversation, reflecting on the gathering of patriotic Kenyans. I feel a deep sense of pride and hope for Kenya and the youth of this country. But I'm also overwhelmed by the abuse of human rights, infringement of the rule of law, and destruction of property that we have witnessed in our motherland as a result of the ongoing protests that have us secured under Article 37 of the Constitution. The Law Society of Kenya is here today because of its mandate to protect and advance the rule of law and advocate for justice. Besides, the Law Society is part of this event because of over 60% of advocates are aged below 35 years. Once again, I salute all the advocates and students of law for standing up for human rights, justice, and for Kenya. It is heartbreaking that Kenyans are still being abducted to silence their voices, and we cannot allow that to continue. I'm sure that we all appreciate the living that this kind of context that we're living in today, where the power of citizens in governance is more apparent than ever. The emergence of digital tools and spaces have revolutionized how we, as citizens, can engage with our elected leaders and each other. These tools have given birth to new avenues for nurturing conversations, cross-pollination of ideas, and mobilizing Kenyans for change. In the recent weeks, we have witnessed the remarkable impact of this digital revolution. The Gen Zs of our nation, led by an unprecedented push against the Finance Bill of 2024, a bill that many felt personally was going to weigh down heavily on them and was more exploitative and out of touch of the realities that they were living in today. And it was not just for the finance bill. It has morphed into a big agenda. It was a call and a cry for a country that works for us and not for a select few. Through digital activism, I strongly feel the youth have helped us reclaim our sovereignty, renew our commitment to our national flag, and galvanize our collective ambitions as Kenyans. I believe the political class now knows that the citizens are woke.